You're listening to the Flip Houses Like a Girl podcast, where we educate, empower, and celebrate everyday women who are facing their fears, juggling family and business, embracing their awesomeness, and wholeheartedly chasing their dream of flipping houses. Each episode delivers honest to goodness tools, tips, and strategies you can implement today to get closer to your first or next successful house flip. Here's your spiky-haired, breakfast taco-loving host, house flipping coach, Debbie DeBeery.
Hey, how's it going today? Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. I'm excited to share my recent conversation with one of our Flip sisters. Her name is Teresa. She's in the Houston area. However, she has short-term rentals not in the Houston area. One's in Colorado, one's in Arkansas, and she is flipping houses not in the Houston area. She's flipping in Arkansas. So this is going to be a fun conversation, super informative per the usual, and I can't wait to dive into this with you. So let's do it. Let's jump in. We're going to talk about her past projects, her current projects, and a part of her journey. And it's going to, the two things that I was left with are the two things that I reiterate in every single episode. So it's always nice when someone else comes on here and says the same things, because these are the things that we need to be concerned with. All right. So let's get into it. Let's hear what Teresa has to say. Tell me a little bit about you, where you are, a little bit about your background. First of all, thank you for sharing part of your story with us. It's going to inspire people, and you have no idea. We get new students often who have listened to the podcast and they'll let us know, I heard so-and-so on the podcast and it made me feel like I can do this and I'm ready to jump in. Let's go. So it's awesome.
That inspired me.
Oh my gosh, you came from the podcast too. I didn't know. That's amazing. It makes me teary. I love it.
About me. So, graduated from Texas State, so I'm familiar with that area. That's where I met my husband. We have two kids. Our oldest is a senior in high school. Our youngest is a freshman. So actually, when we're empty nesters, like in 3 years, I think we might move into the property in Austin because we love it there. And I started off teaching once my kids got in school. I did that for a few years, and I'm too much of a control freak perfectionist to be in the classroom. I love the kids. I was like, hey guys, I'm teaching a lesson here. They didn't want to talk about U.S. history. So I did that for a few years, and then pharmaceutical sales for 10 years.
Oh, got it.
Until April of this year.
Oh, wow. What company were you with?
So Salix, it's owned by Bausch Health. They bought Bausch. That was the GI side. So I did it for 10 years, and I liked it, but okay, tomorrow's my 40th birthday. And I'm a big, thank you, in writing down your goals every year and track of that. And if you write them down, they're more likely to happen. So one of my goals was retire from pharma before I'm 40 and flip my first house before I'm 40. So those were my big goals. And I'm 5 weeks into an 8-week flip. So I haven't completed it. I did the short-term rental, flip to short-term rental.
Yeah.
But that was a huge step. And honestly, I really attribute making that leap because it's scary, and I made decent money.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't want, it was so stressful. Tuesday night, numbers night, and you're stacked ranked every single week. And it's tough. And I'm competitive, and when you're on top, it's fun and you enjoy it and everything's awesome, but it's not sustainable.
Right. Yeah. It's hard to be on top
all the time.
Yes. It's exhausting.
It's almost impossible.
Yes.
But I always killed myself to try and get there because you see your name and you always want to be on the top. So I honestly was really stressful and probably not great for my health. But yeah, so I just really started to get this firm vision of like what I really wanted to do. And part of that was listening to your podcast and like your message of like doing it like a girl really resonated because one of my husband's best friends is in commercial real estate. And he's like, no, why would you ever quit sales? Like you're doing great. And he's like, well, why don't you do like, if you like decorating or designing, why don't you be a decorator? I'm like, no money in that. Like, I'm still like competitive. I want to make some money and that's not what I want to do. Or then like when I started kind of like making more steps towards it, it was like, well, why don't you wholesale?
Oh God.
I'm like, it's still not what I want to do. So like listening to you and hearing about that, like really made me take that step. And in April of this year, I resigned. I created my LLC. I'm not like, it's great and it's freeing and it's nerve-wracking, but it's exciting.
I love that so much. That is awesome. Yeah. I mean, seriously, can you tell me one more time what I should be doing and how I should do it? And I mean, come on. Oh, I love hearing what resonates with people. So thanks for sharing that.
And trusting in yourself, trust in yourself. And I'm like, yeah, I've done well so far. Why would I think I would fail at this? So that was helpful.
Exactly. You'll be okay. Yes, things are going to come up. Yeah, it's not always going to be fun. Yeah, it's not as glamorous as we think it's going to be all the time, but you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's huge, especially with women. It's huge. The self-trust, because we're not taught to do that. Like that's not inherently how we act. So we have to remind ourselves of that. Okay. So all right. So you mentioned that you have a long-term rental in Austin.
Yep.
And y'all bought that wait, you didn't live here. You just bought it because you like Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And
we haven't bought anything in Houston except for we live in Cyprus. We're going to get out as soon as we can. I'm here. So I was like, this is just part of the deal. Like we're going to have to. And my husband is from Copper's Cove area. And he was like, before he met me, he was like, I'm never living in Houston. And here we are. So,
because you're in medical and you were in pharmaceutical sales. That's why you were in Houston.
And my family was from here. So they need their grandparents. So
got it. Okay. So you bought the long-term rental. You didn't do much to that. And then you bought a short-term rental near Breckenridge.
Sure.
And you didn't do too much to that. So when did you buy that short-term rental?
2.5 years ago. So yeah, it was like 2 years ago. And then we bought Austin like 2 years after that. So yeah,
2 years before that, Austin. Yep. Okay.
4 years, 2 years, yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
We're on a 2-year track.
I like it. Yeah. I sense that. Cycles are important. Okay. The one in near Breckenridge, you bought that because you like to vacation there? Uh-huh. And y'all were there one time and y'all were just looking at real estate as we do because we're obsessed with houses everywhere we go?
Yeah. Uh-huh. My kids mountain bike and my husband mountain bikes. So, and we ski and snowboard. So it's great in the summertime, you can mountain bike. And then in the winter times you can ski and snowboard. So
very cool.
That was a great investment.
Do y'all get to use it?
Yeah. We're going up, go every year for Christmas, usually twice a year.
Okay, good.
And someone else is paying for us to vacation there, which is amazing.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I bet that, so you bought that 2 years ago. Nice. Okay. Which, I mean, it's still not inexpensive, but it's not as expensive as it is now. Do you know what you're cash flowing there?
We're making about 50 a year now.
That's amazing. Profiting 50K. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that somebody else is managing it. Is somebody else fully managing it? Like
my husband does all the contacts with the guests, and then we have someone that does the turnovers, but that's it. That's
awesome. So you're not paying a property management company. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. I think it's what I've experienced is having a house cleaning crew and some sort of like handy repair service, right? That you can call when the little plumbing things happen or whatever, the towel bar gets ripped off the wall or whatever happens.
Like a plumber or something. But we have, honestly, I don't even know if Bryce even tells me when we have to use them. It seems like stuff happened where we've had any issues. So we've been fortunate.
Okay. So then, all right. So that was 2 years ago. So then you recently bought, now I see, okay. I'm seeing the trend of mountain biking community. Yeah. Because
for that area, super cool.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Love it. It's gorgeous. It's so pretty and outdoorsy, which we don't have in Houston. Austin's like that. That's why we like Austin too. And
see, that's interesting. Like, I feel like in Houston, y'all have a lot of trails and we don't have very many, but I know it's not really mountain bikey trails. Like just because they're crushed granite trails, that's not very fun for a mountain biker.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all bought the house in what city?
It's in Bella Vista, which is like 5 miles from Bentonville, which Walmart headquarters, not why we bought, but it's just a super cool town with good restaurants and bars and mountain bike trails everywhere. But Bella Vista has lakes and it's just gorgeous. It's the Ozarks. And we looked for a property out there for a while and we put 3 offers on different houses. And one of them I just fell in love with. It was gorgeous. And like literally in your backyard, there was like a waterfall. And I was like, I have to get this house. 12 offers in like 24 hours. I think something ridiculous. I think we offered like 40 over or something. Like we weren't even that comfortable, but we're like, we have to get this house and we didn't get it. But we met someone in Bentonville when we stayed at her Airbnb. She's door B&B. And she was like, look, I know this realtor and he found an off the market lake house. And I'm like, let's go see it. And so that's how we got this one.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay. So she connected you with the realtor who had, at the time, he had an off market listing, or y'all had kept in touch with him and he said, hey, here's this off market.
A little bit later, we were still looking at his, yeah. And then
very cool.
I don't remember the time frame. It was a few weeks later. She was like, hey, let me connect you with this realtor. He's got an off the market listing. And then we went and saw that.
So. Okay. What was the purchase price on that?
$420,000.
Okay. And how much did you anticipate the repairs being going into it?
60, I want to say.
Okay. Were you able to stay around there or were there some?
Pretty close.
Nice.
We used a contractor that we got in contact through the same girl who introduced us to the realtor. And she was like, look, this guy does, she's got, I want to say 6 or so properties in that area. She's from Austin. So we kind of connected. Cool. They moved up there. He did tile work and stuff like that for her painting. But this was his first like big job. And we kind of knew that we were giving him this huge job. It took a lot longer than we expected, but it was cheaper than it would have been had we gone with someone else. And overall, super happy with it.
What was the timeline on it? Or when did y'all close on that? First of all, when did y'all buy that?
April 30th.
And how long? Well, I guess the repairs just finished. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Were you stressed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was tough. Yeah, it was stressful, but I mean, I knew we were going to get to the other side. It was just such a relief to be on the other side. Know that it's not going to be forever that this house is. I mean, I'm driving there every other week, check on progress. And I don't know what I would have done if I wasn't there because there were so many questions and I made every decision for like every knob, pool, like tile, like grout, everything, paint color, light fixture, everything. So, I mean, my days were like waking up and like Kale would have his crew there and I was like, good morning. And he'd be like this, and this. And I was literally because he's not really a general contractor. Like we were figuring it out together.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, it was fun. But there was times that I went up there and I was like, Kale, what'd you do the last week?
All right. What are we doing, bud?
Thing.
Oh God.
I had a different house one time because there were no working bathrooms. I was like, Kale, I was coming. Do you want to tell me I couldn't shower when I was up there?
Oh gosh.
So now because he's building his business and use photos and it's kind of cool to help out with that too.
For sure. Would you use him again?
No, because I was going to use him for my flip and it just would have taken too long.
Okay. Yeah. Especially with a flip. Yeah. Flip to rental, you have a little bit more leniency on the timeline, but when you're selling, you got to get in and out as quickly as you can.
And I'm not, this is my first loan that I've taken out and it feels big.
Yeah.
And clock is going to be ticking. I don't have time for Kale to be like what am I doing?
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. So all right. So you were managing it from afar. How far, what's the drive time?
8.5 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's not super easy. I mean, it's a day, but it's a long day. It's a long day. Yeah.
Yeah. Podcasts have go faster. Yeah.
Totally. What were some of your biggest lessons learned managing that project?
I think that you should definitely hire people with experience because even if you think you're saving money on hiring someone who's starting out, you're going to probably spend more in the long run. Yeah, I would say that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
And also, I would say just communicating what you want and being firm in that and not having people kind of sway you in a different direction or tell you, we don't usually do it like that. You have something in your mind and you want to make that happen. I would say that's a big one too. Being direct too. We got to the point where we figured out how to work together after a while. I made very specific lists and put them on the refrigerator and it would say super specific or in the bathroom, I would say this fixture here. And
yeah,
I love my blue painter's tape. I have that.
Oh my God. My friends and family make so much fun of me with my blue painter's tape. I mean, they always say, are you out blue taping today? I'm like, you know what? I might be.
Yeah, no, we went through some rules of that, but it would be so specific because you had to be, but it ended up working out that way. So
yeah, it feels like way over communicating, but it's not. It is. If you feel like you're way over communicating or you're saying the same thing too many times, you're not.
I would get texts where he'd ask me something and I'd be like, okay, so Kale, we've had this I didn't say that. I was just yeah, over communicating is definitely the way to go.
As per my previous text. That's hilarious. Okay. So yeah, over communicating for sure. And I love the second thing you said of being firm in what you want and not letting somebody persuade you into doing something you don't want to do.
Yes. So my husband's kind of he's a stickler and he's great at just being firm and communicating. And so I'm kind of always the nicer one, but I'm really learning to step into the role of this is what I want. I'm just going to communicate it and not apologize for it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, sister. That's what I'm talking about. That's huge.
Yeah. Because I'm not unreasonable and I need to remember that I'm not asking for anything crazy or more than I know that I'm reasonable. So what I'm asking for is okay. And just being direct and not making apologies for that. I think that's
Jeez, man, this is our lifelong lesson. This is what we are trying to overcome. All of us are trying to overcome that.
Because if a girl is like that, they're bossy, right? As opposed to the opposite, I guess. A man doing it is just him being
knows what he wants.
right. And,
and he's being normal. Right. We're being difficult. Yeah. We're being difficult.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Huge, huge, huge. Okay. So let's talk about first of all, that flip is beautiful. It's beautiful. That property is beautiful. Are you happy that I know you missed the waterfall property, but are you happy with this one?
Yes, I'm very happy. It's part of what I love about what I'm doing now is the creative aspect and like seeing your vision and the thing. And I had this in my mind for such a long time because the renovation took forever. So for like so many months to like see it in my head and then really like actually have it out, so rewarding and so fulfilling. And I'm super happy with it. And
yes,
we're going to love going there. So tomorrow's my birthday and we're going to spend the weekend there. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Okay. So now you've got your first flip to sell happening over there. When did you close on that?
I closed on it a few months ago, but they started renovations 4.5 weeks ago. So I'll do the 5th payment this Friday. So that's 5 weeks.
Got it.
Yeah.
How did you find this deal?
So the same realtor that got us the off the market deal in Bella Vista, I communicated with him what I was doing, which that was a step for me too. When you say like, oh, I want to flip houses, people are like, oh, did you watch an HGTV show? And all of a sudden you think you can flip houses. So I was timid in saying that. And now I'm like, yes, this is what I'm doing and I'm going to make money doing it. But
yeah,
so
I love it.
And he was like, hey, I think I found some properties. I looked at a couple in Bentonville and they were more expensive and a little bit riskier, just crunching the numbers and looking at everything. He found me 2 properties in Rogers, Arkansas. Baylor, and they're next door to each other, 1021 South B Street, 1023 South B Street. They're really close to the downtown area, which is a super cool area. Like they have breweries there and they have like a bike park. It's just a really cool area. So I bought both of those cash, closed a few months ago.
Oh, you have 2 properties.
Yeah. So
2 flips.
And I'm doing one right now and I'll be doing the other one after I finish this one. So yeah. So
what were the purchase prices on those?
So $84,000 for the one they're doing now. And the other one was $73,000.
Wow. That's really inexpensive. And this place has breweries and like
2 miles.
Wow.
Yeah. They're going to do well. I'm excited to get that closed and everything.
Yeah. That's amazing. Okay. So the one you're flipping now. All right. So 8-week project.
8 weeks. Yep. And I was hesitant when they said that because our situation with Kale, but they're staying on track. So
okay.
Feeling good about it.
And how did you find this contractor, the new one that you're working with?
Through my realtor. Cameron's been awesome.
Exactly like what I say, like you use your resources. That's what they're there for. Realtors have people that they recommend because that's what their job is, right? If they want to keep their clients happy, they have people to recommend.
I think that's what's so important too, is we're not going to know everything. So finding someone who's like an expert at this and making those tricks and like he's helping me manage it from a distance. So he's progress and it's been great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Boots on the ground is so important. Like it is so important to have people there that you can rely on. Yeah. And building your team is like, first of all, we can't wear all the hats because we can't do it well. We can't do everything well. And it doesn't let other people do what they do well. Right. So we're taking that away from them, that opportunity to do what they love to do. And they're really good at doing. We take that away from them when we're like, no, we'll do it ourselves. It doesn't turn out well.
Yeah.
Okay. So 4 weeks away, so the one you're working on now, you bought for 84. Okay. What's your rehab budget for that one?
75.
Okay. What's the size of it? Like, is it a big house or what is, tell me about it.
1243. It's, I wish it had more than one bathroom, but it's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1243 square feet, siding 2 miles from downtown, cool area. It's really transitioning. I want to hold on to it, but, I'll sell it. Yeah. I knocked down part of a wall to kind of open it up, and I'm going to put in like a little island. It's small, but it feels open now, and it's looking really good. So,
oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I didn't have to work too much. So
yeah, nice. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because we like to collect houses. It's really hard to let them go, but every now and then you got to let them go.
Yeah. So
yeah. Okay. So 84K, $75,000 renovation, about 8 weeks. What will your ARV be on that?
215.
Nice. Wow.
I might be a little bit over budget. It might be 80, but still I'm feeling really good about it. And that's going to be like such a sense of accomplishment. I did this and like I made money, and I'm not
that's awesome.
I'm not wholesaling. Like I'm doing what
not
to do.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. I can't wait to celebrate that with you.
Thank you.
What are there any issues going on with that one? Are there any surprises?
No, I mean, it needs HVAC, and that's more than I wanted to spend, but it's been, I mean, I can't believe how little I've had to worry about it so far. I'm sure something will come up, but no, it's been too easy.
Let's knock on every piece of wood.
I'm waiting for something to happen.
Okay. So let's talk about, are you going to stage that house, and are there stagers in the area, or are you going to rent the furniture yourself? Okay.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple stagers in the area. I've gotten their contact. I haven't contacted them yet. But actually that's on my list to do this week because we're like 4 weeks out, but it's important to do.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds fun.
And my realtor, which like I do trust him, but he doesn't always see like everything, and he's like, you're going to spend money to stage it. And I'm like, you're welcome, because it's going to look good. And
exactly. I'm helping you do your job. You're welcome. It's like, people always ask, like, even at this, whatever price point your stage, any price point, it looks 1,000 times better when it's done well. I mean, it can look really bad, but
yeah, exactly.
Like from like a professional person who knows what they're doing.
And then the buyer can see it, and I think that's top dollar, and that's when maybe hopefully multiple offers and that kind of thing. And then it's not sitting on the market. Like there's data behind all that.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Okay. So how did you buy these? You said loan for these. Did you finance these?
So I bought both of them cash a few months ago, but I couldn't do the rehab on our own. So that's been a little stressful because things have gotten tight, because I didn't want to let my contractors go. I wanted them to like get started. So that I've been funding also. And it's like, okay, I need to close on my loan. So I did a delayed purchase loan.
Okay.
Closed, Debbie, today at 12 o'clock. Like I was like,
oh my gosh,
what's it going to take? So I had the notary out today. Thank goodness. I was supposed to close. I thought I was going to close on Monday, but there was like hiccups with the insurance company, and that's not my comfort zone, but I feel good about doing it. Usually it's my husband doing like the loans and like all that kind of thing. So that feels really good.
Awesome.
It's going to be like a little bit of a weak spot, but I did it. I submitted everything. I did it myself. I signed everything under my LLC. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Who did you go through for that?
Phone calls, and that I didn't love doing that, but you got to do it. So called a bunch of different people, and some people I just didn't get a good feeling about. That was a trust your gut thing.
Amen.
when I talked to him, he like walked me through it, and I was like, look, I'm kind of newer at this. This is my first loan I'm doing. And he was like, well, you could do a delayed purchase. He knew what he was talking about, and he was also patient.
Nice.
But like your questions really helped, because I was like,
Yeah.
what about this?
Yeah. I love it. You're like, I don't know what I'm saying, but what about this? They're totally designed to help you feel confident. Yeah. That was a great suggestion on his part. That's the perfect loan product for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love everything. I love your story. I love your journey. I love that you did flip a house. So it was a flip to a rent, but that totally counts. And you're in the middle of your first flip to sell. So you hit your goal, your 40-year-old goals. I hope you're celebrating that.
Yeah.
And yeah, good. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Really. Like, you're doing it. And I just had no idea. I had no idea. And then you threw this amazing property on the group. And I was like, what?
I'm working in the background a little bit.
I get it.
Introduced myself, but I also, another thing with women, we don't want to be like showy or be like, oh, this. So I just kind of like, I wanted to celebrate that win.
Good.
It was nice to get that like affirmation,
Yeah. Yes.
So thank you. But a lot of my journey and, doing everything that I'm doing now is, because you do a lot, Debbie. So thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you for saying that. I'm grateful to be part of your journey. Like, honestly, I'm like ready to put you up and be like, oh my God, you're amazing. And I know that that's uncomfortable. Like, it's like, but people seeing you do what you're doing will be inspired, and you'll have no idea that you're inspiring them. And to you, it feels like, but I mean, I'm just doing like this. It's not like I'm flipping 80 houses a year. Don't minimize it. Most of us don't want to flip 80 houses a year because we want the time freedom.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been amazing. Like I said, my oldest is a senior in high school, and he gets home at 12:30 now because he's done the work. Like, he doesn't have to stay a full day. So it's just so nice to have that free time. Plus my husband, I say he has ants in his pants. Like, he likes to travel a lot, and it always stresses me out. I'm like, and he had more freedom than I did in that regard. Stressed about like taking off of work and all this. And now I'm just like, yes, let's go. It's fun.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Time freedom is like the biggest driver for sure. Like, yeah, that's the thing that we can't renew. So yeah, congrats to you.
Thank you. I'll keep you posted on,
yes, keep me posted. I want to I want to see the before and afters of your flip and your 2 flips that you have coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing your story with us.
Of course.
You're awesome. I'm grateful. And yeah, I'll see you in the group.
Okay. Yeah. I'll keep a few more weeks. We'll be on the market, hopefully 4 more. Fingers crossed.
That's amazing. No, that'll go by so fast.
I know.
So fast. Yeah. Have so much fun this weekend, your birthday weekend. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for taking time out of your day to hang out with me.
Of course. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. Bye, Teresa.
Bye.
What a great journey. Thank you so much again for sharing that with us, Teresa. Now, the big takeaways here, as I see it, are 1, do what you want to do. You want to flip houses? Flip houses. You want to wholesale? Go wholesale. Do what you want to do. Okay? Chase your dream. This isn't about doing what other people want. Do what lights you up. Period. Chase your curiosities. Okay? And then the second big one, we talk about a lot on here as well, in addition to doing what you want to do, trust yourself. You have to trust yourself. That's it. You'll get through whatever thing comes your way. You have to trust yourself. All right? Okay. If you are sick of sitting on the sideline, if you want a team of awesome women around you who help you see how truly powerful and awesome you are, and how you absolutely can step into the role of CEO of your very own house flipping business, go to herfirstflip.com and schedule a call with us. Let's see if we're a fit to work together. All right? Okay, until next time, go out there, flip houses like a girl, leave people and places better than you find them, and make it a great day.